welcome to another video. We need to get this yard easier to deal with in winter. There's a few things we need to do to get ready for winter. The last vlog that you saw, getting ready for winter, I seeded this field and it's worked really well. So a few muddy patches still up the top here, but the grass is growing through so quickly. So yeah, I need to really get this yard easier to deal with, well, for winter, but especially the mornings, because I am going back to work. So I haven't worked for a little while now. If you've been here on the channel for a bit, I worked with horses, mucking out stables, and then I lost my dog to a stomach tumour. I lost Champ not long after to colic. I lost my mum, and then 2 days after losing my mum, I got attacked in my own home by my son's ex-girlfriend's mother. So life just was far too much for me and I quit work. Luckily I was in the financial position where Steve's wages covers everything, so I could take some time off of work and deal with everything that had gone on. But now is the time to go back to work. But it's the mornings that are tight for me, because I come down here, do the horses, go home, take Lewis to school before I even then go on to work. So there is not much time of a morning. So we need to simplify a few things. So there are some bits that I've bought already to try and make life a little bit easier. But let's see what we've done already. We have fixed this stable. It's all been emptied out and they have repaired the back of this stable. Let's go in. That back wall has all been replaced. So this is now a usable stable, although I don't need it as a stable yet. And I've got no plans to buy another horse just yet. If something come up, then we'd buy another horse, but that's not on the foreseeable future at the moment. This has been repaired so it can be used as a dry space through winter, because my wash bay is actually leaking. They need to replace the beam that's rotten in here, but there's also talks they're going to raise the roof in line with the other stables. So how quickly this gets done, I don't know, but that stable then gives us a dry place to tie up horses for the farrier, rugging them, everything through winter. That's why that stable got fixed. So we've had hay, straw and haylage, a bulk load of that delivered in to make that a bit easier as well. And I have purchased another big barrow to go with Bertie. Bertha and Bertie they are now. Big barrows, they're brilliant. They hold, we got the 4 horses, so the big barrow holds I can get 2 stables in there of a morning, and then I have to walk all the way down the bottom of that field to the muck heap to empty it to come do the other 2 stables. So now I've got 2 that if I'm in such a rush, I can just fill these barrows and I can empty them on the muck heap in the afternoon. Afternoon time wise, I've got plenty of time in the afternoon. It is the mornings that I'm struggling with. So this then gives me the option of being able to muck out the stables but deal with the wheelbarrows in the afternoon. I have also been shopping and purchased some more hay nets. So orange for Donut, blue for Gambler, green for Willow and pink for Ebby. So then I've got 2 hay nets for each horse, so I can fill the hay nets again of an evening, all of them. So then I've got hay nets ready made for the morning. That will save me so much time as well. And it's all colour coordinated because Donut gets more hay than Gambler, and you know, Willow's not in work at the moment, so he'll get less. So then I know straight away whose hay nets are whose, and it's quick and easy in the morning. So been and bought them. I've got wellies on order. They're coming today because otherwise, well, this weather, we've gone from such hot, dry conditions, praying for rain. I was trying to reseed that field quickly whilst it was meant to rain. It's basically turned to autumn and winter overnight, and the rain doesn't seem to be stopping. So wellies should be here today so I can stop ruining my riding boots. But yeah, so that's not too bad. That will save me some time, especially the barrows and the hay nets save so much time for me. But there's still so much more stuff that needs to be done to get this ready for winter. I do want to, in the front field, the one we've just reseeded, Willow goes out in this field and he is on restricted turnout because of like tearing his hamstring. So I want to put the electric fencing up along like the middle of that field, so the furthest away bit can grow. As I say, restricted turnout. He doesn't run around anyway. He just plods about. He doesn't want to be out. He's a pampered prince that doesn't like weather like this anyway. So he usually stands around the gate. I hang a hay net up for him, like as it gets colder, because he basically just stays up this end anyway. So I do want to just electric fence the bottom off to make sure he can't go down there, and that can grow grass ready for spring. I did reseed this field back earlier on in the year, but then we had really hot weather and it never grew. So it does look like it's coming through again in that field, but this is the field that we always use through winter for the horses. If I need to reseed it again next year, we do that, you know, every couple of years if we need to anyway. So that's fields, that'll make that easier. The back fields, we're still waiting for the wood to turn up to refence that, but things are getting there. But yeah, I desperately need to sort out my tack room. That is the job for today. So Lewis is already making use of the new barrow. Just make it so much quicker of a weekend as well. It's Saturday today, so I don't work weekends, so it's not so much of a rush, but it's nice to get everything put in place ready for next week. But usually with that one big barrow, we do have little barrows somewhere, but they're usually the older kids use them some days, so you've got to go hunt for them. So of a weekday, it's only me that mucks out, so it's okay. But of a weekend or holidays, Lewis always mucks out Gambler and Ebby. But only having the one big barrow, it means that like I muck out one horse and then he mucks out one and then I empty the barrow. So having the two barrows will hopefully make the weekends quicker anyway, because he can just use one barrow for his two horses and I use one barrow for my two. Some of the hay nets are ready and filled. As I say, it's Saturday, so no panic, but I want to get used to the routine of it all. So I need to open another hay. There it is, but I don't know how they're going to expect me to get to the top few slices. I like it when it's this way, so it doesn't keep falling down onto you like the straw does. But yeah, I need the kids to get up there and take a few slices off the top so I can reach, and I'm tall, but I need them to sort that out later so I can fill the last couple of hay nets ready. But I think that will save us so much time. What is your top tips? What do you do to save time in the winter? So that is all I can think of doing for like the stables. I do now need to get into the tack room and organise that better. Right, it is time to tackle this tack room now. This side is never too bad. Needs a general tidy up, Need to wipe down like the freezers. That is where the cat has climbed up on it. I still haven't got round to doing the black tops yet, but yeah, I did ask in a video whether it should be white tops or black tops, and everyone did say black. So I am going to go with the black to tidy that up, but it's never too bad this side. It is very much usable, just needs a general tidy. It is this side. I don't even know where to start. I know where we've had the trees down, Steve and the kids' storage has gone. So they're storing all the tools that we do need to use. Like this post banger here. We need it for the fencing. So that's why they've bought... There's a cat. Hello, cat. You got a hiding place in there? Yeah, so their tools, I know they're going to need to be in here to some extent until they build storage. But I need to get to the rugs at the back there. And I literally can't move. So this is what I'm sorting out today. Where the weather is starting to get a little bit chillier, and I do plan to clip Gambler very soon, I need the rugs. Some nights here, well, one night last week dropped down to like 4 degrees. And I thought, oh, I'll put fleeces on them. I literally can't get to the fleeces. So I was like, oh, you know, I won't bother with that. So my plan of action today is to try and get to the rugs, find their fleeces and like their lightweight turnouts, so then I can put them on their hooks that are up here, this end. So at least then I can get to the rugs that I need for the horses and just try and organise this a little bit better. As I say, they're going to need the tools here, so it's not going to be perfect yet, but at least then I've got the stuff that I need. That is all the plan of action is today, to find what I need right at this moment. So all I'm going to do this end is just give it a general tidy up, because as I say, it's not bad, it's usable. Chaff bin, nothing in that one actually. Horse treats, again another spare feed bin, and their mix bin. We are on the winter feeds now that need soaking, so that is there. So it is very much usable. I can make feeds, I can get their head collars and stuff. It just needs general tidy up. Like, I don't think they need the fly masks anymore this winter, so they can all go home and be washed. So that's fine. I do want to try and find, usually there's something up here. I just want a little nail. I'll find it in a minute. But I just want to put another nail here for my head torch, because now it's dark when I'm down there every morning. I'll use the head torch, but I always leave it here. And this is the lunging bridle, so when I lunge a horse, I usually just grab the bridle, forget that this is here, and it ends up down there, and I have to go hunting for it. So, well, I suppose it, the fly mask on there, so that could actually live just up there. But it's just quick and easy. And then, like, everyone's got their own head collars, but I don't ever use them all. This one head collar fits all the horses, and where I turn them out, I just use this one, so that just lives there. But I do need to, see, this is, things fall off and you have to go hunting for them. That is Ebby's head collar, that's twisted anyway. But, like her everyday head collar. That hasn't got a lead rope attached to it, so let's find one of these lead ropes. So if I needed to use it, it could be used. And then this is Gambler's show head collar, Ebby's show head collar, Willow's and Donuts. We've got training, like, show ropes, a show halter for Ebby. So it's all there. Control head collar for Gambler when he goes through his really strong stages. He hasn't been too bad lately. So, I mean, it's all there. All the ropes are tied up. This doesn't really need too much of a tidy up. Old head collars for if we have a foal or anything. Everything is here for any eventuality. Grazing muzzle for, well, grazing muzzle, but also for walking Willow. So it's not too bad. Just really need, that's it really, just need them washed. I need to tidy up on the top of here, wipe down the front of that, but this end isn't bad at all. So this side is all clean and tidied. Just gave it all good wipe over. So done the bucket lids and everything. I just need to sweep the floor now. But this side, as I say, it's always been usable and perfect, ready for winter, but that just tidies it up a little bit more. So now onto the side I have actually been dreading. It's just an absolute nightmare. Right, this will have to come back in here. I know we're going to need that and it's got to be stored somewhere. So that will have to come back in, but I just want to get to the rugs. Right, that doesn't belong there. Let's put this away. I still haven't got round to buying a new bath rug. This must be 15, 20 years old. I had it when I had my old horse Jeannie. Love it. Perfect for after a bath, but it's so old and tatty. I do need a new one. That should live up there. Right, I don't know what the difference is between all these shovels, but supposedly different ones you need for different post holes. Well, that's the end of the broom that they broke. See? To be fair, the kids will probably fix it somehow, but it's not living there. I think that just needs screws. Putting back on it. Right, what is this? Not a clue. It's a fleece. Whose it is? Not a clue. I don't know whether it's in the right bag. Oh, it's Gambler's that he won. It's his Sunshine Tour fleece. So, Sunshine Tour on the side, and I had Lewis marks put on this side. Right, that is like Gambler's show fleece. If we take him somewhere special, he's not going to wear that in the stable over winter. So, if he goes to any overnight fancy show or something, he takes that one. So let's put that here somewhere. There's the tail bandage we were looking for. Right, that is meant to be in there with the bandages. See, some of it is still semi-organised. That's a hay net that's meant to be in there. Right, first aid boxes. I have hundreds of these, and they are meant to live up here. I have 3 kids. Jamie's 22, Adam is 20, Lewis 15. Forever down here doing jobs, love them, appreciate them so much. And they always manage to hurt themselves, cut themselves. So I like first aid boxes around so they can always put a plaster on, bandage on, get home or to a hospital if they need to or anything. But we have hundreds. They use them, they leave them out and makes a mess. So, see, another one there. They'll store up there just so I know the kids know where to go to them straight away. Right, that's the horse's horse box water. Straighten up these tools. Hopefully. Oh, it's stuck on something. They can all stay there. Bits. That's used. That's used. Right, so bits out of the first aid box. That's clearly fallen out as, look, that one's empty. Bin. Bits have fallen out as they've used it and not put it away. That's more an eye wash one than anything else. But right, goes up there. Box, empty box, bin. Right, we do have the grandkids tractor. That will stay here, just so I can get it. Battery things, number plates for a car. I know they. I didn't get in. That's in there somewhere. Right, see, I don't even know where to start. This always goes down here. So it's out the way, doesn't get broken. Tiny little bag. Stuff that down the back there. Right. That is my car washy room thing. Then that can go down there. I don't use this side much, so we can store bits that side. I do. Right, let's get this rubbish out of here. Let's move this one. The generator we will always need. That will stay in here. That's fine. Tools, I don't know where to put their tools. My aim is to get there. Right, put that there a minute. This cat tree we got when the cats first come, but they don't use it anymore. They used it more as kittens. It is now becoming just a place for the kids to dump their stuff. I can't moan about the kids and the stuff that comes with them because it is all building stuff, tools and everything that we need for this yard They're just teenage kids that don't put things away. They know where everything is. If they don't want a drill, they know where they've put it. They're not very organised. But yeah, I think this is going to have to go. But socks? Anyone? I'll go home and wash. As I say, kids. There is a brand new pack of socks over there somewhere. Because they're here, they get wet socks, wet boots. They change their socks into new socks, perfectly fine. I ain't got a problem with that. Bringing the dirty socks home for cleaning. Right, get rid of this. And we're actually getting closer to where I actually need. Right, cavaletti jumps. Oh, I can never work out how to put these things back together. They all slot in. Somehow to store better. Should go like that. Why won't that one go in? I don't know, but better than it was. They're the old lights off of the back of the horse box that they've been building. I don't know whether they still need these. I'll put them down here. Right, so we're actually at the corner that I need. I'm not going to bother tidying up that. That is theirs to worry about. This looks a mess, but it's actually organised. There is Willow's, Lewis's favourite fleece for Gambler there, although again it's not one that he'll wear in the stable at night. That bath rug, fly rugs, that is the bandage bag for when we go to shows, got all the bandages in, towel rug, towel bandage, all that. More ride on saddle covers, ride on fly rugs. This fleece actually, Evie's fleece, but again that's a nice one for shows to go with her show head collar. Fly rugs, that's Eva's riding, ride on rugs fleeces, and a thing of hay nets, old hay nets that have got holes in and no good, but I always do like to keep a spare. This is everyday bridles, gamblers, donuts, all that, so that is fine. It is this. We did sort of semi-organise it last year, it's not too bad. This is broken. This is Evie's old fleece, she's ripped the front, so again, that can just be thrown away. There is the second horse water bucket that I was missing. Water bucket, you know what I mean, for the shows. Because they're usually that side. I thought the kids had took it. Christmas present. This is for like Vlogmas. We've got Christmas bits everywhere here somewhere. I've got a wreath over there. Right. I will do the electric fencing. I don't know whether I'll do that like this weekend. But as I said earlier, I'm going to fence off some of Willow's field to save it for spring. But this is my rug organising thing. It's not too bad. This is Evie's light tray. Was Pip's as well when we had Pip's. There might be some rugs there that just need donating, throwing away stuff. So Evie's, Donut and Gambler, but they are the same size rug. So they can sort of share trays. There are some rugs though that only fit Gambler where he's got a chunkier neck, and some brands fit Donut better because he's skinnier neck. So they can mix and match really, but like this fleece I know is too tight round Gambler's neck. That is what we need out. That is Donut's fleece at least. So yeah, that's Donuts because it fits his neck better. So Donut, Gambler, and then on the bottom and this side is all Willow's, because Willow is, these two are 6 foot rug. There, Willow is a 6'3", but Willow's got loads of rugs, absolutely loads, because it's always been him that was clipped, so he's got more heavier weight rugs. So that is it. Right, so Donut's fleece, that is Ebby's fleece. So they've both got fleeces at the moment. That is, one is Donuts, one is Gamblers, matching rugs. They're, have I actually got their own sheets? Because they're 50 grams, but I do find the lightweights really do make them sweat sometimes. So that is Willow's fleece, but he needs his bib is there. So that is Donut, Ebby and Willow's fleeces, at least. Go that end, we'll hang them up. I need a fleece for Gambler. That is his fleece, but more in the, a little bit colder, because it's like a thicker fleece. Fits him really well, but it's like a thicker fleece. So I don't actually know what fleece that one is and why it's in a bag though, because I don't have many. Is this his one? Oh, this one actually. This is Champy's fleece that I won't get rid of. That is, I just remembered what that was. That goes there. That don't leave. That's Champy's fleece. Right. That is his lightweight combo. That is Willow's fleece. That's his other one. Some of these have got mixed up. There's one. That is far too much stuff. That is Willow's turnout. Right, let's pull it out. Only way to do this. Cool sheet I bought her. I went to that rug sale the other day that I usually go to and buy loads of rugs. Wasn't as good as last year, so all I managed to get was her a cool sheet for the horse box. Gambler's got one in green. She's a nightmare for throwing hay all over her body, so I'm hoping that will work in the horse box for her not to get so dusty. So Gambler's fleece, that's what we're looking for. But to be fair, I am going to clip him soon, so we could use that one. So Ebby and Willow have got turnouts, so it's only Donut and what's that one? Oh, that's his. Right, that's Gambler's fleecy rug for overnight anyway at the moment, so let's go with that one till we flip him. I'll organise this lot later. That's Willow's, I know that. So turnouts, Willow and Ebby is just Donut and Gambler, but I've got a funny feeling it is those two orange, blue with the orange that I am gonna use. That's Willow's. Yeah, he's got a fleece. This is for when Willow gets clipped. So, right. We keep them for the turnouts for Gambler and Donut then. That's alright, because when I clip the horses, it'd be Gambler first, because he's in the most work this winter. And then that fleece will be used then, and I'll sort his rugs then. It'll be that turnout actually that he goes in when he's clipped, so that's alright. And Willow, as his work progresses, I will probably clip him, and that's his rug that I use in the stable when he's clipped. I think it is that one anyway, because that one's got the neck that we use outside. So that's alright, yeah. I'm not planning on clipping Donut just yet. See how his ridden work goes this year. Not clipping Evie. So the Evies I've sorted. Anyway, it's just the rest I need to sort, but that's all I wanted to do today, was find the next rugs that we will need. So up here last year, put this fillet strings and leg straps and stuff hanging here, because so I can grab them if need be. Last year Steve put me all hooks up here for the horses' rugs so that they can dry hanging here, and it's easy for me to grab to. So as I say, it's this end of the feed room that I actually use more. That is just storage, messy end. So I'm going to hang them all up here. I do them in order of the horses' stables, so if I'm not here one day, it's not likely, but if Lewis needs to put the horses to bed one night, he knows whose fleece is whose. So it goes Donut, Willow, Ebby, Gambler. So that's what I'm going to do. Just hang their fleece and their turnout up here. Donut, Willow. They don't usually sit on the bins like that. It is because Steve got so much white paint when I was painting the stables. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm not going to get rid of it. But I just stored it behind the bin, so it pulls these bins a bit more forward. Otherwise these would be hanging completely fine. So I'm going to have to put up with that this winter, but I'm going to need the paint. I always need the paint. So, right, Willow, Ebby. This one's Donuts. Gambler's face. Turns. Right, Donut and Gambler's turnouts are exactly the same, and to be fair, the buckles, surcingles do up on both of them anyway, so it doesn't matter who's wears which one of these basically. But I think it's so cute when they go out of the winter and they're wearing the matching rugs. Why can't I reach this quickly easily? Sooty and Willow. Right, perfect. When I use chaff bin anyway, I store like 4 bags of chaff in here, and it's only this end one that's ever empty. It's this end that I use, so it's not an issue with that being there. No, I'm pleased with that. So I'm pleased with that. We're a bit more ready for winter. If it's raining now one day, I can just grab their rug. Cold at night, grab their fleece. This end is all tidy. Wheelbarrows, 2 wheelbarrows made it so much easier, quicker to muck out this morning. And it's the weekend, so I'm not in such, that sun's coming right through there. I'm not in such a rush on the weekend, but it just made life so much easier. Hay net's full. I'm going to get them to open that hay, pull a few slices off so I can reach it. And then I've got like 2 or 3 hay nets to fill. But having them filled up ready to use straight away in the morning will make life so much easier there as well. And winter is long and hard. And if winter is set in now for the rest of the year, it's going to make it feel twice as long anyway. So we need to make it as quick and easy and seamless as we can. So I think that will make a lot of difference. I found them already. This end of the tack room, it's looking better than it was, but it still needs tidying up. It's not that unorganised. This cupboard has, I don't know whether I can even open the door with those tools there. Let's see. Might be able to open this one. It's, oh, you can't see because of the sun. Not too bad. This, one of these, there's 2 bins. One's orange, one's green. One's got first aid stuff, poultice stuff. The other's got tack cleaning stuff, shampoos, bandages, and then I've got loads of these. You can't even see it because of the sun. Like organisation tubs. One's got overreach. I need overreach boots actually. Because both, oh, shovel. Gambler and Willow need their overreach boots, and I've got 1 pair. There used to be a second pair floating around outside, but I can't find them. But yes, so these organisation bits, stirrups, I think that's all hose pipe connectors, brushing boots, shampoo, overreach boots, licket holders, poultice stuff, tack cleaning, show grooming bags down the bottom there. So this isn't too bad organised. That's all good. So that's not kept too bad in there. I got his boots out. Oh, 1 black. I thought they were both white. Oh well. They'll lose them in the field anyway. Put them up there. So yeah, some bits are organised okay. As I say, this, I know what all this is. Although it's a mess, I know what the general should be here. The rugs are sort of semi-organised, so that's not too bad. And now this end is more organised, it's clean, it's usable. So yeah, I do need to sort this end out. I want better rug storage so it's easier to see what you've got. I like them to build this back wall as like more shelves, so I've got more space for the rugs, so Willows aren't actually sat on the floor. I'd like that, but with everything else going on in the yard, this is the least of their worries. So I'm pleased with what I've got done today, and set for winter. As I say, we've got loads of hay and straw in. Fencing is coming for the fields, just waiting for that to arrive so we can sort of get the yard together. They fixed that one stable for me, so we've got, well, a spare stable, and now it gives somewhere dry for me to tie the horses up, to groom them, brush them off, all that. whilst they're fixing the wash bay, raising the roof. I don't know whether they're doing that this winter, or I know the wash bay roof is definitely getting raised. Whether, because it's Willow's stable that slants, so it's Willow's stable that will be raised as well slightly. Whether that's going to happen this year, I don't know. But so much going on, and we're just trying to make it work better for us, basically. But yeah, that's the end of this video. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you again soon for the next one. Bye.